Hello, welcome back to my channel. For anyone who's new, my name is Olivia, and today's video is a continuation on my series revisiting the Wrapunzel membership scarves of the month. Today I have two for you. Today's scarves are from August 2020 and September 2020. Now, I chose makeup and an outfit that I thought would be comfortable and would go with both of these. So it's a little challenging on Sundays when I have to do two to pick how to do my makeup and which clothes to wear, because I really just do not want to be bothered having to strip all the makeup off and change into a new outfit. So I'm hoping it all flows today. But okay, I'll take a sip of tea and then Okay, so for the August scarf of the month, I'm just going to pop this open. We have a bit of floral fun and a headband. Now, come on, come out. Place that over there. This scarf is like a stained glass window full of flowers. It's amazing, amazing. It's a very lightweight viscose scarf. And I want to make sure of that. Yes, 100% viscose. But it is very lightweight, and it is full of these beautiful little window panes, different shapes of flowers. It's about your average size for length, and the width is about, it's bigger than a pashmina, I think, but not as wide, not as big, not as wide as some of the other viscose scarves that I have. But it is a nice size scarf. Now I am wearing a Wendy today. This one is a blonde one. It's fully stuffed because I never bothered to take any of the stuffing out when I received it and did my shaper review earlier in the year. No, this was last year. I did this in 2021, the review of the different shapers. Okay, now for the accessory, we have this gorgeous, it's a very thin headband with the little tiny pearls and these little seed beads that appear to have a little bit of silver inside. They're clear with silver, so they're rather, try to find the perfect placement for this for you to see. And it does have this really stretchy back. The elastic is the good kind. All right, so for today's wrap, I'm going to do something kind of fun. I haven't done a bow style in a good long time, so I thought for this particular scarf it would just be super cute. Now I'm going to start by putting the putting the headband around my neck like a necklace, and then I'm going to take my friend here and fold over the front edge and place it on my head. Now this placement is a little tricky. I'm going to try really hard to get it in the first try, but I want, when I bring the left tail to the right tail to the left, and bring that left tail up, I want to have both tails be even Steven when I reach this point. So I am not going to, let's see, I'm not going to put a knot back there, excuse me. Finish my thoughts. Okay, so when I get it up to here and I pinch, they should be even. So they are amazing. First time. That never happens. Just so you know, that never ever happens. So I'm going to take these two, fold them in, open this so that the right side is out, the correct side is out, and fold in. Okay. Now for this part, I'm going to bring up, trying to keep it flat. And I want the bow more back here. I don't want it up on my face. So I'm gonna grab this guy and I'm going to bring it up. Now I'm not going to tie any knots, and that's, you're going to say, what? What I am going to do is I'm going to crisscross these. I'm going to make a loop, and I'm going to make another loop, and this is going to be tricky. And make another loop, just like so. I'm going to hold them together like this, and then I'm going to take my friend the hair tie. Bring these two close, and I'm going to loop this around a couple of times. Now I do have magic hair ties that open up, but with these guys here, my daughter got me these, and these are amazing for this, but I didn't want to use it because they're not widely available. But if you have those work great for just quick wrapping around. Now for this, I'm just going to open up the bow and open up the bow, and you're saying, oh my gosh, I've got these things hanging in front of my face, and there's no center to my bow. Kind of looks a little wonky. But once I get this guy figured out here. All right, my friend. I see you. You want to go the opposite direction. I gotcha. Okay. There's one. And then you go up here, silly. Okay. So we have these beautiful bow pieces. Now I'm going to take both of these, bring them back, and tuck them under. So we have a really cute bow. If you want to make sure that this is stable where it is, or it doesn't move, flop forward any, just take a couple of straight pins under from the back, just catching the bottom layer, and that will hold the bow in place. Now for the headband, I'm just going to bring it up and not get it caught in my ear ends. Hiding the elastic underneath, just like so, and then I have it right here. You could also have it back a little bit further, and that's fine. But it's just a quick way to do a fun bow style. It's a little juvenile for my ensemble, but I like the idea of throwing in a bow. So take that out because I don't want that. But I could also, if I wanted to have less bow, more interesting design, I could take these two pieces, go underneath of the bow, take them underneath, and give them a tuck, and do the same thing for my friend here. And it almost gives me a rosette right there. So it's an easy peasy change from a big bow to a little offset rosette. All right, so that's this particular scarf style. I'm going to take this headband off, and I'm going to swap out scarves. Now for the September 2021 Scarf of the Month set, we have a extra large scarf. This one here is has a crinkly texture to it. You can kind of see that on the camera. It's like two scarves. It's almost like two scarves in one. It has this beautiful solid panel and then this camo panel. It's wider than a standard scarf, and it's just really a really big overall scarf. So it gives you a lot of different options, hijab styles, turbans, just a huge amount of style variety can be done with this particular scarf. Now, the accessory this month was a beautiful headband. It's a good size headband as far as the decoration. The elastic is the elastic that's split. I typically change this out. It's one of those things where again, it's personal preference, but this tends to pull out, and you can see it's starting to separate here. I think I've worn this maybe twice, so it's a little, but when it does that, it's kind of frustrating. But I typically just pull this back anyway and take this elastic out and replace it with the kind of elastic that is on here. Because this is more forgiving, it's easier to stretch. I can also make it fit my head a little bit better because I do have a larger size head, and it's just something I've learned to do to make headbands fit me better. Now, I can also say that there's another trick to it, taking this elastics, folding underneath, placing it where you'd like it, and then running a pin on either side of the loops here will hold it on your head where you'd like it without it actually wrapping all the way around your head. So it relieves some of the pressure until you can change out the elastic. This guy was going to remain out so that I can do that probably today. I think I did a video a ways back on replacing the elastics. I'll have to take a peek through my playlist and see if I can tag it. See if I can put a link to it in the description below. It's really super simple. All you need is a piece of elastic and a hot glue gun. And of course the glue to go in the glue gun. So it's not too horrible. Okay, now I'm going to take this and get wrapping with it, and then I'll talk while I'm wrapping. As you can see, a little harder to get over this big old Wendy shaper. Okay, so I will be honest, and I was honest in the video when I first introduced this scarf, when I first wrapped with it. I'm not a big fan of camo. It's not something that I like. I don't go out of my way to purchase it. So when I saw this, I was kind of, oh, it's camo, yay. The scarf, it wasn't exactly my favorite. But when I put it on my head and I started wrapping with it, I was like, okay, look, let's give it a chance. Give it a chance. And I started wrapping with it, and I'm like, it doesn't look like camouflage. It doesn't look, yeah, no, that's actually quite interesting. So I gave it a chance, and it was like, okay, I'm glad I did. And I liked it so much that I bought it in more colors. It's one of those things that it's like, I don't know, you're weird, no, yeah, okay, I can see this. It's kind of like July's scarf of the month with the big painting. Painting on my head? I'm not going hunting. Why am I wearing camo? I'm not in any branch of the service and who would wear this? But yeah, no, it's really pretty when wrapped. So let me get started with the wrapping and stop the chatting. Now, I didn't plan anything. For the last wrap, I had planned bow and all that. But I haven't actually planned anything for this one. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this scarf over so that I have a small portion of this showing up front, the solid part of the scarf up front. Okay, like so, and it's slightly off center. Let's put it more towards center. I'm just going to do a crisscross in the back. And I'm going to bring up my friend here, and I'm going to hold the bottom here. Another thing you want to do with the headbands, and nobody taught me this, and I ruined a couple of scarves. I'm going to grab the bottom here in my hand. I'm going to reach through, and I'm going to grab this tail and pull it through. Now, if you don't cover the beads or the gems with your hand, the scarf can get tangled up inside of there and snag, and that's not a happy thing. But it's just easier to have it's easier to have the necklace. It's easier to have the headband on the neck and bring it up than it is to try to get it around after you've put the scarf on. You end up jostling your scarf. You could break the elastics. It's typically, I even put them on before I put on my shaper because it just makes for an easier pull over. I don't have to worry about getting that big stretch over my shaper. Okay, now for this one, I think I'm just going to bunch this up and put this behind on this side, the headband. This should cover up that elastic that's down there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just keeping it very simple. This is a very vibrant scarf, so, or a very busy scarf. I don't want too busy of a wrap. All right, so bring this up. And see, that is really attractive. That is really attractive. So I'm going to tie a knot here. Just like so. Okay, this, tuck it in. I want to keep the volume big. I don't want to cinch this down. So here we go. And I can feel a piece back here that's all kind of stupid. So I'm going to tuck it as best I can. Just to keep it nice and neat. So we have all of that right there. You can still see that beautiful jewel. Now with this piece, I have a couple of options. I can bring it just around like so. I can bring it, okay, fold it in a little bit. I can give it a good twist and bring it around, bring it up and over like so, back around this direction. I can bring it back and over in this direction, like so. Just making sure this is nice and neat. Up here, so that it's more balanced. I think, let's see, what does this look like? Have it like so. I think that this would be pretty on this side because there's no chance of taking away any of the impact of the headband. I think this adds enough attention to the right side that I'm just going to flip this back over and give it a good tuck. Again, I'm keeping it all loose, and there we go. Okay, now what I can do on this side is hide more of the camouflage on this side. Just kind of give it a different look. So you can see both aspects of this scarf. Just take a minute to do that. Okay, so I have on this side, and then I have And you can see a little bit of the plain on this side as well. Then you can play around with this scarf to get it just the way you want it as far as showing the patterns. I happen to really appreciate this. Sometimes the way it lands is just perfect, and other times you have to fuss and play with it to get it the way you like. So I'm going to spin around and show you this one from the back. Now I am trying in this series to keep the wraps rather simple because I get over the top sometimes and get to playing with it, and I've been playing with them for years, and sometimes it's just too much, especially for newbies, and I want to be beginner friendly as well as produce more advanced avant-garde, just the wraps that are more challenging. I want to do those, plus I want to do some wraps that are rather easy to put on. So if you have a particular wrap style you'd like to see me do, just drop it in the comments and I will definitely get to that one. Because sometimes I pick them up and I'm like, what can I do with you? And then something pops into my head. And there are other times that it takes me a little while to figure out exactly what will make the scarf, will showcase the scarf well. So I'd like to hear what you guys want to see too. So, all right, this is today's video. I hope you've enjoyed. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow for our October 2021 Scarf of the Month.